Alright, hey nerds, Sages here. So we're going to be talking about, well, in case you didn't know, go to your Play Store or Apple iTunes, whichever one you want, Google, Apple, blah blah blah. Mostly, you can now update Fire Emblem Heroes to 1.8. This adds a bunch of new features, but more importantly, it gives us a lot of details in the data. Are you guys ready for what's coming? I hope you are, because we're about to talk, well, about it a little bit. Mostly thanks to our data miners. I have to say a big thank you to those over on the Game Press Discord now. Big thank you to Happy Sad Person, Asian Crank, Kazkiri, Gary, Zanuck, all of you. God, you guys do so much great work, and I just want to say thank you for doing it all, as always. I'm just here reporting the news. As always, go check it out. There will be a Reddit link in the description for those who want to see further. So, first up and foremost, we have a new story chapter that apparently is labeled as Chapter 15, which is a bit weird because we are only at Chapter 13 in story mode. So, what is going on here? Is this going to be a big update, or what? Or maybe they're trying to avoid what Chapter 14 is, so they just kind of, I don't know. It's hard to say, really. This might just be a placeholder. Or maybe it is Chapter 15, and they excluded Chapter 14, so we don't see what that one's focused around. Who knows? Next up, we do know what the next Bound Hero battle is going to be. That is, of course, Minerva and Maria. Oh, goody. Now, Minerva, shoot, I'll take her. That's great. Having more of her is always a plus. Maria, though, seeing her as a 5-star makes me very upset and sick, and very upset. And sick again. Also upset. Anyways, but that's not what you're really here to talk to me about, are you guys? No, what we're here to talk about is, of course, sacred coins. So, as you can see on the screen right now, in case you don't know what this means, according to this little, design, this diagram here, well, basically, you take sacred coins, you take a badge of one of these colors, varying sizing, things like that, and basically just turn it into a sacred seal. And then you can take that sacred seal and upgrade it even further, and there is quite a lot. They added quite a lot of new sacred seals to the game, at least from what we can tell. Most of them are apparently upgrades of previous ones, but also new Squad Ace ones. Just to show you how deep this rabbit hole goes, we now have Phantom Speed at 2 and 3, also Hardy Bearing at 2 and 3, and new ones that are all called Deflect. That, of course, is Deflect Melee, Deflect Missile, and Deflect Magic, and we'll talk about that in a second. And, of course, we also have upgrades to things like HP Defense, Resistance, and Speed as sacred seals you can get and upgrade. So that's a lot. That's a lot to take in, but more or less, we do know that Phantom Speed and Hardy Bearing can be upgraded. It seems that when you do Hardy Bearing, it doesn't require the HP value, or it seems to lessen it. And then, of course, we need to talk about the deflect thing. So if you know about Irvan at all, which you should, it kind of works like that, but at less values until you upgrade them, and also only for specific things. Of course, melee, deflect melee, if you get it to level 3, it will, of course, take, every consecutive hit after that will be reduced by 80% if you have it at level 3, and then, every other seal before that is 30 or 50%, respectively. And, of course, you can kind of guess what that means, at least based on their name. Deflect Melee, of course, are sword, lance, and axe units, and then, of course, we also have bow, dagger for missile, and then, of course, any tome unit for magic. That is a lot to go on. Alright. Okay. That's, they also upgraded a new thing. They also upgraded the badges descriptions to further prove the point that you can, of course, use badges in what can be called the, Sacred Seal Forge. And what's coming is, well, a lot to talk about. There is so much to see, so much to do. And we're going to be seeing when this is going to go live exactly, but I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Finally, some actual news. Finally, something actually going on. And I'm really excited to see how crazy this is going to be. But now, I guess I have to grind out Arena Assault a lot more than I was before. God damn it. Anyways, catch you nerds later. Thanks for checking in. 1.8 looks really exciting, and it's really hard for me to talk. Anyways,